Okay, people, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. So, the Atari VCS, we'll have it 6 years this Christmas, man, you know? And I love it, man. I love the Atari VCS, man, you know? And in 2025, man, we learned how to play games on the Atari VCS that, well, like, it's just amazing, you know? The games that we can play on my Atari VCS, you know, games that I can't play on the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 or the Switch 2. It's a great alternative to those systems, man. And we've had more fun playing games on my Atari VCS than the other systems, you know. And the reason why we haven't been making a lot of videos about it because we've been having so much fun playing games on it, man, you know. So many things this year Atari have just are back, man. I've got a beer glass there, which I recommend people buying for themselves as a Christmas present or something like this. It's great to drink beer out of that while playing games on my Atari VCS. But Atari are back, man. Better than ever, and things are getting better, which is great. Now, the Atari VCS, like I say, it will get more games in 2026. Mostly this year, it's been games with indie devs, which is amazing, man. You know, a few Atari games here and there, but mainly indie dev games, which is awesome. You know, but like I said, there's so many ways to play games on the Atari VCS, man. You know, and the highlights for me this year when it comes to playing games on the Atari VCS, one of them is PC mode, which is what this is, right? Now, this is the Atari VCS PC mode, right? This is awesome, and I highly recommend people getting this for their Atari VCS. You plug it into your VCS and unlocks the PC mode, and you have access to all sorts of emulators, games, stuff that you can only do with a PC, you know what I mean? Which is awesome, you know? Now, one of the great things about the PC mode is that it has its own software section, you know? So you go in there, you have like hundreds and hundreds of games, emulators. There's even something called the Doomsday engine. So if you install that, right, and this is a special game engine for Doom, Heretic, and Hexen. So if you have the DOS versions of these games, it enhances them a lot with better graphics, frame rates, 3D models. It's just amazing, man. You know, now the more RAM your Atari VCS has, the better. But even with 8 gigabytes, my Atari VCS is just a stock Atari VCS with 8 gigabytes RAM. But even with that, you're gonna have an awesome experience, man. Now the reason why we haven't upgraded is because we don't want to pay for the parts, and we know that will damage my Atari VCS if we try to open it up. So that's why I haven't done it, because I don't want to risk damaging my Atari VCS because I love it too much. But PC mode here is awesome. I would recommend people get it. We've been spending most of our times on PC mode playing games, man. It's awesome. Now, the great thing about this is it comes with Chrome, Google Chrome, and Firefox. So you have two internet browsers, which is awesome, you know. Now this is 128 gigabytes, so there's a lot of storage there if you want to download games and stuff, man. But it's awesome, and it adds more value to the VCS PC mode in my opinion. So in my opinion, this has been one of the highlights for 2025 for me anyway. And because we're playing Steam games, so I can play man, you know, which is awesome. So this has been, for me anyway, one of the highlights. Now, the second highlight is the indie dev games that have come out, you know. So many games, in particular, Crash Productions. Now, this guy has been putting out games to VCS non-stop. Mostly Atari 2600 games, but they're all awesome, man, you know. So many games, man. And now, he's not the only one. Blue Sunset Games, he's another indie dev. Loads of games. Tony Barnes from Retro Game Studios. I mean, it's awesome. You know. But yeah, so that's been another highlight for me with the Atari VCS. The fact that the Atari VCS Star is getting more and more games. There's something like 235 games now on the Atari VCS, and we've played them all, I've bought them all, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. There's not one stinker there. Now, these are all pick up and play sort of games, you know, which is great, fine by me, you know. They're not like games that have hours and hours of gameplay. Just pick up and play, which is what I like, man, you know. Now, one of the standout titles is a game called Last Stop. Now, Last Stop is a horror first-person shooter game that Class Productions put out, and this really showcases the power of the Atari VCS. Last Stop, that's a game I recommend people get for their Atari VCS. It really showcases the power of the Atari VCS, man. This game, Last Stop, very scary. You're in like a train station and everything's all messed up. It's real horror-like. It's a great game, puzzle sort of game. But yeah, that's another standout. Last Stop, man. I've been playing my VCS non-stop. You know, now another highlight is Xbox Game Pass through Xbox Cloud Gaming will work on the VCS, and it works brilliant, man. So, like I say, I don't have to turn on my Xbox hardly ever, man. You know what I'm saying? We can play them all on my VCS. So that's another benefit, you know. So yeah, so in my opinion, it's been an awesome year, 2025, both for Atari, the Atari VCS, and us fans, man. Atari have gotten back together with Namco for Pac-Man and all that sort of cool stuff. But I would recommend people getting this beer glass. It's a 3D beer glass. It'd be a great Christmas present. It's a limited edition. There's not many of them, but it has an embroidered Atari logo and stuff. Just an awesome beer glass, man, you know. And it's great drinking beer like that while playing games on my Atari VCS, you know. So, another highlight for the Atari VCS for me, anyway, was Bato Sarah, man. This is the Bato Sarah hard drive. Again, one of the highlights. When we found out about this, it made the VCS just 10 times better, man. So this is a hard drive made by Kinhank. You plug this into the back of your VCS with the USB cable. It comes with the USB cable and all. And this hard drive has over 100,000 retro games from every system you could think of. And at first I was thinking this is some sort of gimmick, but man, it's well worth it, man. Now, there's different types. This red one here is a 2 terabyte Kinhank hard drive, right? Now, there's a blue one that's 500 gigabytes, but either one, you can't go wrong, man. 100,000 games, man, I'm not messing. And you can add games to it, you can delete games. It's really easy to use. And I highly recommend if people are seriously into retro games, because it's completely customizable, the layouts, everything. If you love retro gaming, you have to get one of these for your Atari VCS, man. And we got mine off eBay. This one cost me €120, but well worth it, man. And you can add games, you can add teams to the teams, you can add music to it, photographs, pictures, video. It's just completely customizable, you know. Again, this has 100,000 games built in, so you don't even have to get the games. But if there's a game missing, it's really easy to add games to it, you know. But again, this is something I learned throughout the year, how to add games and delete games, you know. And part of the great thing about the Atari VCS is learning on your own how to get the best out of it, you know. No one told me how to do these things. I learned on my own. So it's great, man, if you want to expand your horizons. With the VCS is awesome, man. And if we can do it, anyone can do it. So they're the highlights for me of when it comes to for the Atari VCS of 2025. You know, all the awesome indie dev games, PC mode, which is a highly recommend, man. You can get these off eBay as well, fairly cheap. This one only cost me €40. And the more RAM your VCS has, the better. And you can add an SSD drive for storage, but again, I don't want to do that because I don't know how to put the parts in there, and I don't want to risk damaging my Atari VCS. So we have flash drives for storage. If you have a few of these that are just for storage, man, if we need it. But like really awesome, man. We can play Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, PlayStation 3 games, and again, Bato Sarah here has them all, man. You just plug it into your VCS, and that's it. Now, before you use this on your Atari VCS, you have to go into the Atari VCS BIOS and disable the secure boot feature. So just want to put that out there. If you are gonna get the Kinhang hard drive for a VCS, you have to go to the Atari VCS BIOS and disable the secure boot option. Otherwise, it won't pick this up, you know what I mean? So you have to do that if you're going to get the Battlestar hard drive. But it's really easy, man, you know. Now, there's a password protecting the Atari VCS BIOS. Now, I forget what the password is, but it's available on Atari VCS Discard if you want to find it. Or just go to YouTube and type in Atari VCS BIOS password. But once you do that, you have to disable the secure boot option, you know, and then you can plug this into the back of your VCS, and it's really awesome, man. Trust me when I say that, you know. So this has been definitely one of the highlights of the Atari VCS, man, you know, the Kinhang hard drive. But that's it, man. The VCS is just awesome, in my opinion. It's not going anywhere. People may tell you that it's finished and stuff like this, and Atari have no plans for it, but believe me, man, don't believe them. Right? 5 years and counting, over 235 games, more to come, man. It's awesome, and Atari are back, man, in a big way, and yeah, that makes me happy. And the VCS is awesome, man, you know. I mean, I clean it every day, I look after it, and I've had it since day one, and I love it, man, you know. I think it's an awesome looking system, very reliable. I haven't had any problems with it, man, with the controllers, but then again, I look after it. I have seen some people that just don't look after their stuff, man, which is unfortunate. But if you look after it, it'll keep operating, man. And if you don't turn it off during an update, because if people are getting Atari VCS for the first time, it'll take a while for it to update, man. That's the only thing. It's not as fast as an Xbox, so let it do its thing, and you'll be okay, man. You know. But yeah, awesome, man. So yeah, I mean, for me personally, 2024 has been an awesome year with the Atari VCS. I'm looking forward to 2026. I'm hoping that Night Driver comes out for the Atari VCS, you know, Night Driver Recharge or some Night Driver game. I was hoping that like Atari would add Night Driver to Atari 50, but they haven't. Why? I don't know. I think Night Driver is an iconic Atari driving game. But for some reason, they won't bring it out, man. I don't know why, man. No. But on Airstream Arcade, you could play the arcade original Night Driver, which is pretty awesome. But I'd like to see a new game from Atari for Night Driver. I'm hoping that happens in 2026, because in 2026, Night Driver will turn 50 years old. So I hope Atari... now, I've asked them loads of times, please, Atari, make a new Night Driver game. Make a Night Driver Recharge, something, you know. Because Wade Rosen, who's the CEO of Atari, did say that every legacy Atari game, once it turns 50, will get some sort of remastered or new version. So I hope because Night Driver is a legacy Atari game. A lot of people think it's boring, but I love Night Driver, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that happens in 2026. If it does, man, that'll make my year, man. If Night Driver gets a new game for the VCS in 2026, that'll make my year, man. Seriously, you know. So yeah, I mean, I love the Atari VCS. You know, the beer glass, like I say, we can get it on Atari's website. It's expensive, but it's worth it, in my opinion. And Atari are back, man, in a big way, and things can only get better, man. Which makes me happy, you know. So yeah, that's it, man. I can't think of anything else left to say. If you love retro games, if you love going back to how playing video games used to be, the VCS is the system to get. Plus, like I say, I could play Steam games, I could play Xbox 360 games, and the performance is very good, man, even with 8GB of RAM. Now, people tell me that if we did upgrade to 32GB, the experience would be so much better, but even at 8GB, I'm really happy with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I was playing Quake 4 there a while ago for the Xbox 360. There's a bit of slowdown, it's very playable, man. You know what I'm saying? Then I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4, a bit of slowdown, but very playable, man. So if we did upgrade, look, people say there'd be no problem, but look, I don't want to do that because I don't want to risk damaging my Atari VCS. So that's awesome. So either way, man, what I'm saying is, um, if you want to keep your Atari VCS as stock 8 gigabytes like me, you'll be happy. But again, it depends on what sort of games you want to play in it. If you want to play really high demanding games, you have to upgrade. But I don't have to do that because Xbox Game Pass, even though it's streaming, like people say that in a negative way. When I mentioned that I'm playing Xbox Game Pass games on my VCS, they say it's just streaming. Any device can do that. Well, the VCS can do it. It can do it very well. So that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows that Xbox Game Pass is a streaming thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually playing it natively off any hardware. You're just streaming the thing, man. That's what it is, you know. But anyway, whereas a Battle Series has emulators that play the games perfectly. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to leave it at that, man. I can't think of anything else to say. I love the AtariVCS. 2026, I mean, we're going to see more games, like I said. Both from Atari and indie devs. Mostly from indie devs, because they're the ones that are really loving the system, because it's a win-win for everybody. So that's a great thing, you know. So, yeah, roll on 2026. Look, say, hopefully, I'm hoping that Night Driver gets released for the VCS next year. That's what a new version, like Night Driver Recharge. I hope they do, because 2026 Night Driver will turn 50 years old, man. And Wade Rosen, now I have to say, Wade Rosen, he's the CEO of Atari, doing an amazing job. But I hope he gives the VCS more love, man, because I don't think he sees the VCS as a priority anymore. But he realises that it has a large fan base and he doesn't want to piss those fans off. So he's being smart there, but I hope he gives the VCS more love, man. That's all I want, man. No, a new Night Driver game. If that happens, that'll make my year for 2026, man, you know. So that's it. I can't think of anything else I have to say. So look at the PC mode. Would definitely recommend getting that. Then getting the Kinhank hard drive, and then get yourself the Atari 3D beer glass. Okay, in my opinion. And like I say, if you get it for the first time, let it update. It'll take a long time to update the system. Don't turn it off. Don't disconnect it or anything, right? It's not as fast as an Xbox, but it's a PC and it has more benefits than the Xbox Series X, the Nintendo Switch, or the PlayStation 5. The only thing is that it's not as fast, it's not as powerful as those systems, but it doesn't have to be. It's a great alternative to what we have, in my opinion. You know, so don't listen to the haters. You know, if you love retro gaming, get this system. If you love Atari, get this system. It's a no-brainer, right? Okay, patience. It's not as fast as an Xbox. You know. Now that goes for connecting controllers to it via Bluetooth. It's not as fast as an Xbox. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 attempts to connect the controller Bluetooth to it. That's just the way it is. It's a lot slower. Right? Now PC mode is awesome. You know, we can play Dreamcast games, GameCube games. Now my VCS, like I say, it's only 8 gigabytes. And with certain games just slow down, but it's very playable and something we can live with. Okay. The fact that I have access to so many different sorts of games and emulators, particularly the Doomsday engine, which is what it's, because this has its own software section, and you'll find it in there. But you have to download Doom, Heretic, and Hexen, the DOS versions, and it just enhances the hell out of them, man. It's really awesome, and it blows the console versions of Doom, Heretic, and Hexen that just came out recently for the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Right? It's way better. Because in Doom, Heretic and Hexen, you can jump, you can look up and down, you can make all the enemies 3D. Real-time lighting effects, faster frame rates. It's just the way the games are meant to be played, and you can on your VCS, man. Trust me when I say that. I mean, Doom Remastered came out, Doom and Doom 2 Remastered came out there for the Xbox Series X, and then you had Heretic and Hexen. Now, what are awesome, don't compare to Doomsday engine version of these games, which is on PC mode, which is, again, awesome. Right? But then it could play Xbox Game Pass, it could play Doom 3, whatever I want to play, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm going to leave at that. So I hope everyone has a good day. Take care. All the best and bye-bye.